All right, so some games age like fine wine, others like a burrito left in the sun. These? Pure chaos. They don't care about modern trends, they just know they're still ridiculously fun. So dust off your controller, cancel whatever boring adult thing you were about to do, and let's revisit the classics that refuse to stay retired. Let's start with a game that feels like someone handed you a magical parkour playground and said, go touch every wall in the kingdom. The platforming is so smooth you'll start wondering if your own legs are broken in real life. The colors pop like someone dropped the entire Pantone library on the screen, and every leap feels like a dare from a drunk circus performer. You'll be jumping, wall running, and hanging onto ledges like your digital life depends on it, because it does. And then there's that companion who refuses to let you fail, making death less of a punishment and more of an awkward, oops, my bad moment. It's the kind of game that makes you want to replay sections just to look cool, even though no one's watching, except your cat, who's silently judging you for missing that wall run 3 times. Next, we have the game that accidentally turned you into a wannabe sea captain. For weeks, you start off stabbing a few people, and next thing you know, you're hunting whales and screaming fire at your TV like you're leading a naval fleet. The open water is so beautiful you'll forget there's a main quest and instead spend 10 hours upgrading your boat just to hear your crew sing. And speaking of the crew, their sea shanties will haunt your dreams, making you hum pirate tunes while brushing your teeth. The naval combat still feels incredible. Every broadside is a mini fireworks show, except it's full of splintered wood and regret for your enemies. It's one of those games where you plan to play just one more mission, and suddenly it's sunrise and you're Googling how to legally purchase a parrot.
Keep him occupied!
Now we're talking about a game that's basically an interactive anime on steroids. Asura's Wrath doesn't just want you to press buttons. It wants you to press them so hard you accidentally dent your controller. Every fight escalates like someone just kept turning the volume knob past maximum. First you're punching guys, then you're punching gods, then you're punching planet-sized things like it's just another Tuesday. It's not so much about gameplay depth as it is about pure spectacle and the satisfaction of mashing buttons while screaming along with your character. It's over the top in a way that makes you wonder if the dev team made a pact to out-crazy each other during every cutscene. Play it and you'll understand why people still bring it up in most insane games ever made conversations. Then we have Bayonetta 2, a game so stylish it makes you feel like you should be playing it in a tuxedo while drinking something shaken, not stirred. The combat is faster than your brain can register, so your hands just start doing ninja magic on their own. You're flipping, kicking, shooting, summoning demonic beasts, and somehow still managing to strike a pose mid-fight. It's so absurdly confident in its own style that you can't help but respect it, even while wondering if you just fought a dragon, an angel, or your own fever dream. The boss fights are so over the top that your TV might need therapy afterwards, and every victory feels like the game is patting you on the back for being fabulous enough to survive. Next, we arrive at the beautiful nightmare known as Dark Souls 3, a game that greets you with a warm smile and then drop-kicks you straight into despair. Every enemy encounter feels like a boss fight, and every boss fight feels like you're trying to fist-fight a hurricane. The world is gorgeous in that I'm probably going to die here kind of way, and it teaches you the delicate art of patience, usually right before punishing you for not having enough of it. You'll spend hours learning attack patterns, only to get obliterated by something you didn't even see coming. And yet, when you finally win, you feel like you deserve a medal, a parade, and maybe a small country named after you. It's misery, joy, and triumph all wrapped in one brutal, beautiful package. And next is the game that basically hands you a box of supernatural toys and says, go cause chaos or don't, I'm not your boss. Dishonored 2 is that rare title where you'll replay missions just to test out new ways to mess with people. One run, you're a ghost in the shadows, the next you're basically a supernatural blender with legs. The level design is so good it feels illegal, like you shouldn't be allowed to have this much freedom. And then there's that one level everyone talks about, yes, that one, that makes you stop and think, am I still playing the same game? It's the perfect mix of elegance and pure mischief, making you feel like a stealth genius. Until you accidentally alert every guard in the city because you sneezed near a chandelier.
What was that? Did you hear that? What's going on here?
More Grand Guard soldiers. Lapdogs for the Duke.
Next, we have the tropical vacation that turns into a full-blown action movie before you can say, where's the minibar? Far Cry 3 is basically chaos wrapped in palm trees. You start off doing something harmless like hunting goats, and suddenly you're torching enemy outposts while being attacked by a leopard. The island is gorgeous, but it's also actively trying to kill you. Wildlife, pirates, explosions. Sometimes all at once. The gunplay is endlessly satisfying, the explosions are practically a love language, and every encounter feels like a new opportunity to improvise. It's the kind of game where you get sidetracked so often that you forget there's even a main story, and honestly, setting things on fire just feels right here.
Holy crap! What the? I'm bleeding!
Then there's the game that makes you feel like gravity is just a polite suggestion. Gravity Rush 2 lets you zip through the air, flip upside down, and basically live out your dream of breaking every bone in your body without actually doing it. The movement is so fluid it makes walking in real life feel like a chore. 1 second you're soaring through the sky, the next you're diving headfirst into a fight like you're auditioning for the role of human meteor. The world is colorful, the controls are weird in a good way, and the sense of freedom is unmatched. And yeah, sometimes you'll accidentally fling yourself into a wall like a misguided pigeon, but that's all part of the charm. Now we have the game that somehow manages to emotionally destroy you in under 2 hours without a single line of dialogue. Journey is all about vibes. Seriously, you could play it muted and still get chills. The landscapes are so stunning, they feel like postcards from a dream you don't want to wake up from. The pacing is perfect. Calm moments, tense moments, and then that one scene that makes you rethink your entire existence. And if you happen to encounter another player, it's like an unspoken bond forged in sand and mystery. You'll wave, you'll help each other, and then they'll vanish like they were never there, probably to go make another unsuspecting gamer cry. And next we have the game that proves car combat is a lost art. Mad Max drops you into a wasteland where your vehicle is basically your best friend, your weapon, and your home all in one. The open desert is huge, dusty, and filled with maniacs who apparently think ramming you at full speed is a fun hobby. The melee combat is crunchy, the car upgrades are addicting, and every chase feels like a scene from the most dangerous demolition derby ever. You'll spend hours hunting for scrap just to make your ride look and feel like a rolling apocalypse machine. And honestly, driving across that desert at sunset while your engine growls might be the most relaxing thing you can do in a game about constant death. And next is a game that looks you dead in the eye and says, you thought you were good at video games? That's cute. Nioh 2 is basically martial arts meets weaponized suffering. The combat is so deep you'll start thinking in stances during your morning routine. Every fight is a test of reflexes, timing, and how many curse words you can fit into a single sentence. The enemies don't just want you dead, they want you embarrassed. And then just when you think you've mastered it, you meet something with 8 arms, 3 heads, and a personal vendetta against you specifically. But here's the thing, you keep coming back, because nothing feels better than finally pulling off that perfect combo and watching the game's smug grin disappear. Next, we have the puzzle game that tricks you into feeling like a genius right before making you feel like you've been outsmarted by a wall. Portal 2 is all about using physics in ways your high school teacher would never approve of. You'll be flinging yourself through portals, chaining ridiculous solutions, and occasionally pausing just to laugh at the sheer absurdity of it all. The humor is sharper than a blade made of sarcasm, and every test chamber feels like a trap set by someone who really enjoys watching you fail. It's that perfect mix of aha moments and oh no moments, where every success makes you want to stand up and declare yourself the smartest human alive until the next puzzle wipes that smug smile off your face.
You know how I'm going to live forever, but you're going to be dead in 60 years? Well, I've been working on a belated birthday present for you. Well, more of a belated birthday medical procedure. Well, technically, it's a medical experiment. What's important is it's a present. Jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine, but right here...
Then there's the game that basically dumps neon paint on the apocalypse and tells you to have fun. Rage 2 doesn't care about subtlety, it's fast, loud, and wants you to drive like you're being chased by a swarm of bees with knives. The gunplay is so snappy that switching weapons mid-fight feels like switching moods. 1 second you're casually shooting, the next you're pulling off absurd combos like you're auditioning for an action movie that doesn't even have a script. The open world is full of stuff to blow up, and if you're not blowing something up, you're probably lost. It's pure adrenaline, served with a side of chaos and a dessert of more chaos.
Quase lá. Só mais minuto. Este sistema é complexo até para mim. Eu estou prestes a invadi-lo.
Next, we have the game that looked at every open-world crime game and said, yeah, but what if superpowers? Saints Row 4 is pure, unfiltered nonsense in the best possible way. You'll be sprinting faster than cars, leaping over skyscrapers, and punching aliens so hard, they probably rethink their life choices. The game doesn't care about being realistic. It cares about making you laugh until you can't breathe. Every mission feels like it was designed by a group of friends trying to one-up each other's ridiculous ideas. It's the kind of experience where you stop taking anything seriously about 5 minutes in and just roll with it. And honestly, that's the only way to play it.
Woohoo!
Oh man! Next, we have the game that turns the end of the world into one giant home renovation project. Fallout 4 is basically half RPG, half, let's see how many chairs I can cram into this shack before the game crashes. You'll wander the wasteland scavenging junk, fighting off mutants, and somehow spending more time decorating your settlements than saving the world. The combat's satisfying, the world's huge, and the loot addiction is real. You'll pick up a spoon like it's the most valuable treasure on Earth. Every random encounter is a mix of danger and comedy, and half the fun is getting distracted for hours by something shiny in the distance. It's the apocalypse, but make it cozy.
They're dead!
And next is one of my all-time favorite game, a game that gives you stealth mechanics so good you'll start sneaking to the fridge in real life just to test them out. MGSV doesn't just let you approach missions your way, it dares you to break the game in the most creative way possible. One minute you're crawling through the dirt like a professional spy, the next you're attaching balloons to goats for reasons you don't even question anymore. The AI is smart enough to make you sweat, but dumb enough to still fall for some truly ridiculous tricks. And the freedom? Unreal. You can go in guns blazing, sneak like a ghost, or just cause complete chaos and still somehow get the job done. It's part military operation, part playground for maniacs, and it's beautiful. Finally, we have the reboot that decided exploration should feel like an extreme sport. Tomb Raider is basically one long series of, oh, that looks dangerous, let's climb it. Every ledge grab feels one slip away from disaster, and every set piece is so intense you'll wonder if your controller is sweating. The game throws you into a mix of exploration, puzzle solving, and combat that just flows. like it's daring you to take a break. You won't. The environments are gorgeous, the action is relentless, and every upgrade makes you feel like you're slowly becoming some kind of unstoppable survival machine. By the end, you're scaling cliffs, pulling off perfect headshots, and wondering if maybe you should get into rock climbing before remembering you die instantly.
And you're really here. And really, really dead. This is incredible.
And there you have it, proof that some games just don't know how to die. Whether you're replaying for nostalgia or just to yell at your screen all over again, these legends are always worth booting up. Now go lose a weekend. I'll see you in the loading screen.